If you are a mom and you find that you are feeling stressed before the day even really begins, or if you drop your kids off at school and then you realize you didn't even have a single nice present moment with them the whole morning because you were just half asleep and rushing the whole time, then this video is definitely for you because I have 4 healthy and really easy habits to add into your morning routine that'll help you feel more grounded, calm, present, and yet still help you get out the door on time. I feel like it's really obvious to say this, but the way that we set up our mornings can really make or break the entire day. But even as busy moms, there are simple things that we can be doing to help ourselves feel more calm and more present, and to set our days up so that the morning flows with a little more ease, even when the kids start putting up a fight. Now, some of these habits are things that I've learned from my background in nutritional science and dietetics, and then some of the things are things that I've just learned over the years as a mom, just through like trial and error. But either way, they are simple and they are super doable and they make a really big difference. So let's get into it. Habit number 1 is to get some gentle morning movement outside. This is such a great one because it checks so many different boxes when it comes to improving your health and also to helping you feel more grounded and calm and present for the whole entire day. First of all, that morning sunlight is going to help set your circadian rhythm and really help improve your sleep quality. And that improved sleep quality is obviously really good for your overall health, but it's also really good for your immune system and your mental health, and even for random things like helping you get that nice, clear, glowy skin. And that gentle, low impact movement, not high intensity, but the low impact movement is really good for helping you support your hormones and support your nervous system regulation, and also setting your body up to be in a mode where it is burning calories throughout the day. And also taking in those deep breaths of fresh oxygen while you're doing that movement first thing in the morning is really good for clearing your mind and energizing your whole body in a nice, gentle way. My favorite ways to get some movement in the morning are to take a walk or to do some yoga just for like 10 or 20 minutes. But remember, you want to keep that movement low impact, at least for us women, because doing anything more intense will spike your cortisol higher than it already naturally is in the morning, and that can really do a number on your whole system and affect so many different things like anxiety and weight gain and all this unwanted stuff. So you really want to be thinking about that, but I'm going to go into more detail about that at the end of this video. Habit number 2 is to take an hour for yourself in the morning. And I know that this one might sound unrealistic, but hear me out. What is truly unrealistic is to expect moms to go through the entire day, every single day, with 0 time for themselves. It makes no sense. We are allowed to have an hour to ourselves, or even just a few minutes in the morning, to set ourselves up to have a good day. I personally think it makes the most sense in the world for the family's schedule to revolve around giving the mom an hour to herself in the morning. And that's usually not something that the whole family has to work around, right? Like most of the time, we can just kind of get up before everyone else gets up and it's fine. But regardless, I think it's important that we do that for ourselves, or if we do need to switch around our schedules, that we do so, because so often of the time, us moms end up doing almost everything when it comes to tending to the children in the family. And even if you have a really hands-on, amazing 50-50 or more type of partner, this is just kind of the way the chips fall a lot of the time. And I know that that's not really something that people like to admit these days, but to be honest, it's just kind of true. It's just kind of how a lot of families end up. And that is not even a bad thing. It's a good thing. it is a gift and a privilege to be able to be so involved in our children's lives and to take the time to take care of our families. But just because it's a gift doesn't mean it's not hard and it doesn't take a lot of effort, and that you're not gonna require some time to yourself so that you can really focus and fill up your own cup so that way you can give to the rest of the family. Growing up, I saw my mom waking up early to give herself that quiet time in the morning. And now that I'm a mom, I can really see the difference that it makes. Moms who carve out even just like 15 minutes or so really seem to have a lot more energy, more patience, and just have a lighter presence overall. And if an hour feels impossible right now, just start smaller. Start with like 10, 15, 20 minutes and see how you feel. But I promise any little bit of time really will help. But if you can find a way to do this first thing in the morning, I personally think that that makes the biggest difference, because then you get to start your day the way that you are wanting to, rather than the start of your day being beholden to like moody toddlers or screaming babies or having a little kid just like blasting you with a zillion questions the second that you wake up. Again, it's that old saying, fill your cup first so you actually have something to pour into your family. Habit number 3 is all about gratitude and prayer. Taking even just a minute for gratitude and prayer really does change everything. Sometimes I only have enough time for like one sentence of gratitude and one short little prayer in the morning, but doing even just this really helps set my mindset up to be in a good place for the whole entire day. It really helps me start the day aligned with my true intentions for that day, rather than me just reacting to whatever stress or whatever else is going on around me all day long. And if you're not religious like me and prayer feels a little uncomfortable for you, it might be helpful to just start adding in just a gratitude practice. I mean, that's what I did personally. I just started off with a gratitude practice, and eventually prayer just kind of came in naturally and just felt kind of natural and right. So I just started doing it. And now it feels amazing, and I feel much more spiritually connected than I ever have before. So now I really love it and cherish it. But if that's not how you feel about it, I totally understand. And I have gotten very similar benefits just from doing the gratitude practice alone. So I think it's a really good place to start if that's kind of where you're at. But either way, whether you add in gratitude or prayer or both, it really grounds you and really helps set the tone for the whole day. Habit number 4 is to eat before you drink coffee. This one is a non-negotiable for me. Coffee on an empty stomach in the morning will spike your cortisol way higher than it should be, way above the natural rise it already has in the morning. And this is going to leave you feeling irritable, more scatterbrained, and it can even lead to weight gain over time, especially in the stomach area. But if you eat first, especially something with protein, healthy fat, and fiber, like a veggie egg scramble or like a nutty, seedy coconut yogurt, something like that, your body will handle that caffeine much more gently. So you'll be getting that brain boost and that energy surge without the stress and irritability and following energy crash. For me, this has been one of the biggest changes that I have made that's really helped me feel more grounded and more clear-headed as a mom. Each one of those 4 healthy morning habits was specifically curated to help me feel good while I'm living that mom life. So hopefully they end up doing the same for you. Each one is really simple, but put together, they make a really big difference in how you're moving throughout your days as a mom. And if you're curious to learn more about that whole cortisol spike in the morning and how your morning movement and exercise affects all of that, definitely check out this video here, Soft Life Fitness for Moms, because this is where I go into much more detail about all of that. So I'll link it here for you and I'll link it down below. So I will either see you over there or I'll see you in my next video. Bye!